All right, Qigong. We're jiggling and shaking. We're getting a little bit of camera issues. Give me a thumbs up if I'm good. Uh, okay, yay, cool. So we're not blurry anymore. Just gentle shaking. Very nice and gentle. Just kind of wake up the body. This is a great way to wake up in the morning. This is a great way to take a break at work. Even just like 60 seconds of getting up and stepping away from your desk and just gently jiggle. You can play some music if you want. So it looks like you're dancing if you're in public or around other people. Because I have been doing this more in public and I do notice I get some looks. People are like, what are you doing? But I have my earbud in and I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it. Jamming out. Yeah. Let's normalize radical self-care. And if it looks like jiggling in line at the DMV, then that's what it looks like. Oh, all right. Keep going. Just a little bit more. Keep the jiggle shaking up, right? So whatever sort of intensity you need to do. So I'm just doing it nice and gentle and light, just so I can get this kind of shaking sensation through the whole body. It really helps move the chi, wake up the body, get everything going. Very, very good. All right, so let's come to our center stance. Feet about shoulder width apart. Standing up nice and tall. Thinking about that low back relaxing and opening, that tailbone pulling down. Think about the chin kind of tucking in, the back of the neck extending up. Feel that spine being pulled in both directions. Good. While we do this, think about breathing into your lower abdomen, into that belly button, or even below it. When we think about rooting our breath, right? That's what we sort of talk about a lot with our Dantian breathing. Keep that breath low and slow. Shoulders down, relaxed away from the ears. Making sure we're not blocking out our knees. Put a little micro bend in them. Keep breathing, but revisit the spine. Do you feel it pulling up? Do you feel it sinking down? Now, if you haven't, close your eyes and think about shifting your weight back and forth on your feet ever so slightly until you find that middle point where the weight is evenly distributed through the whole foot. Spread your toes, feel them connecting down into the earth. Find that spot where the weight just spreads through the whole foot, feeling nice and stable. Thumb right here. Stay where you are. We're going to go straight into our swinging arms or noodle arms, right? We want to leave the arms completely relaxed as we twist the spine. And the centrifugal force is what makes the arms move. Keep that spine nice and extended, nice and long. Very good. Turning that neck, that head all the way around. Nice and slow and gentle today. Good. All right, let that slow down, let that come to a stop. We'll come back to our center stance. Very good. Root your breath. Now we're just going to do a little bit of upper body opening. So we're going to take a big inhale, filling up the lungs. And then as we exhale, we let everything sink. Let the chin come to the chest. Let the shoulders roll forward. Let everything kind of bend and sink. And then as we inhale, we fill everything up with air. Letting the shoulders open, letting the chest rise, letting the head go back a little bit. And exhale again, sinking chin down, rounding the top of the chest, bringing those shoulders in. And start out with it nice and small, following along with your own breath. And think about letting it get a little bigger each time. Good. Again, today we're thinking gentle. Nourishing. That's the word we want to use today. So we're not going to our limit. We're not pushing. I'm not like, really trying to stretch and open. I'm just going to where it feels really good. One thing that really helps with this is rotating the hands so that as we come forward, the backs of the hands are touching as we roll those shoulders forward. And then as we inhale, those palms turn out. That helps turn our shoulders and help open everything up. Good. If you want, let's add a little bit more so you can kind of put a little bit of a bend in on your exhale when you go down. Inhale, filling everything up. You can lift those arms a little bit. Yeah. Next time, as you lift up, lift those arms all the way up. And leave them there for our exhale and exhale. Inhale. And let those arms come down. Good. Coming back to center. Good. We're going to do that again. Inhale, arms up. This time we're going to have our palms flat facing upward, and we're just going to hold here for a few breaths. Letting those shoulders stay relaxed, giving space between the shoulders and the ears. In your next breath, open up and come down. And we're going to go right into circle breath. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. One of the sort of quintessential Qigong movements, gathering Qi or circle breath. Really imagining the Qi coming in through your palms when you do this. Thinking about aligning your movement and breath. When you inhale, the movement starts, and when you exhale, the movement changes to the other direction, and it goes with it the whole way down. Here you change from inhale to exhale, or exhale to inhale. Do whatever breath feels good for you, what doesn't make you out of breath. Increase your heart rate, nice and slow, but comfortable. Meet and center here. We're going to do something a little different with this one today. I want you to spread your feet kind of wide. And so you can see my knees are kind of locked out when I'm in this position. So while I do this, I'm going to have just a little bit of a micro, right? Like I just don't want to lock those legs out. I want to let my connection to the earth, my Qi flow through my legs. And so with our feet a little wide, we're going to go into circle breath again. Ready? Okay, so. So one of the reasons I really like to kind of sit and do this is it helps me figure out what's going on with my breath. So one thing I'm noticing today is that my inhale is a lot longer or easier than my exhale. So I'll be quiet. I'm inhaling. It's nice and rooted. It's nice and slow. But when I exhale, if I go the same speed, I get a little out of breath, like I want to breathe in quicker. So one of the things I'm going to do while doing this is try and regulate that, try and balance inhale and exhale so that they're relatively the same. It's hard to do when I'm talking. So you probably won't see much progress right now, but it's something for you to think about in your body. And one of the things which Qigong is wonderful at helping me figure out. Let's do one more. Good. Then we'll walk our feet back to center. Very good. Let's shake those legs out a little bit, those feet out as they get heavy with chi, right? Very good. Let's do some little ankle warm-ups. We can always do like 1 foot, like one-legged, do our circles there. That's typically what we do. If you like that, you can do that. Today I'm gonna put 1 foot back and think about drawing a circle with my knee. Find that, yeah. It gives me a little different range of motion than I normally do, as I've got that anchor point for the ground, just keeping that toe there. I'm going to reverse it. We're going to go to the other side. Yeah. These movements, these gentle movements, let's reverse it again, are just really great for our joints. They help blood flow, they moisten those joints, that blood going in there, make those tendons nice and lubricated. All right, good. Come back to center. Let's do a little bit of work on our hips now. We've done this before. Come to our center stance. We'll bring all of our weight onto one side. And then we're just going to kind of draw a big circle. Yeah. Keeping that weight here and then shifting. Good. Y'all already know what's up. Very good. Just kind of moving those hips. Good job. Everybody has nice balance today. As I say that, as I almost fall. Good. Keep going. Sort of keeping that balance on one leg, being very intentional about that weight shift. Yeah, these are all things that are great for our body, for our ear, our inner ear, just for our brain, our balance. You know, and be easy with yourself, be gentle with yourself. If you did have a rough night sleeping, woo! Balance changes a lot from day to day. That being said, it's still something you can train. It's still something that you can get better at. Very good. Okay, let's now reverse that. We're going to bring our hip up and bring it around front, and then switch weight, and then lift up, bring it around front, and then switch weight. All right, very good. Jiggle that out just a little bit. Nice and gentle. I love this today. Everything's going to be very gentle. I can feel it. It's going to be a nice, gentle day today, y'all. Good. All right, next, we're going to move into our Dantian Hip Circles. So we'll start getting into our center stance. There we go. Good. Sometimes I feel I like to kind of overstretch to remind myself what a kind of normal center stance would feel like. So we take our circle breath and bring our hands down to our Dantian, palm over palm. Dantian's just below the belly button. Feel the warmth of the hands. Pressing against that lower abdomen. Breathing into that spot, centering your chi. Condensing that chi, collecting that chi into that spot in our body. A great way to do that is through rooting our breath. Feeling that low back open, that tailbone weighted, pulling down into the earth. That crown lifting, the back of the neck extending. All right, and as we imagine all of our chi collecting at our Dantian, we begin to spin it. And start spinning it in a little circle that just grows bigger and bigger. Let that circle start to move your hips as it spins. Still staying in touch with that Dantian. One of my teachers used to say, imagine trying to draw a perfect circle with your tailbone. Letting that spiral out more and more. Keeping those feet connected, the crown of the head lifting up, still pulling on that spine in two directions. You can move your hands to your hips as your hips really start to get out there to give you a little more support. Really feel yourself getting to the outer limits of your hip mobility. And again, nice and gentle when we get to tight little spots. I've always got a tight little spot right here. So I'm just gonna very gently invite myself through. Very good. Still keeping that focus on that Dantian. Now we're going to release the head. Now we're going to make big circles with those hips. Good. And spiral that back in, coming back to center. We will do another circle breath. Gathering chi. Bringing those hands to that Dantian again. And let's start to spin the Dantian in the other direction. Good, imagine it spinning in a bigger circle. That starts to make your hips move. Making sure not to lock out your knees while you draw these ever bigger hip circles. Feeling that Dantian lead the movements. Very good. Nice and gentle, relaxing. Keeping those feet rooted, that head lifting up. And as I get out to a nice big stretch, I'm going to put my hands on my hips for a little more support. Again, we're going nice and gentle. Very good. And we release our head. And we do nice big circles. Yeah. Good. And we come back to center. We're going to do a couple circle breaths here just to recenter. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, it feels so good. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work, I think. So we're just going to do some gentle swings. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Let's go into some teacups here. So we're gonna hold our hand here. Remember, teacup, we're gonna keep the hand flat, pretending there is a cup of hot tea on there. We bring it in, out, around, up and over. Ugh, wonderful. Nice, keeping that wrist nice and relaxed. Good, don't pull any tension into it. Very nice. And let's go the other way. So I'm going to come out around, up, over, down, by the rib cage. Yes. Good. Everybody is looking great. Do one more. And let's go to the other side. Very nice. Wonderful. And let's go back the other direction. All right, and one more. Yes, very good. Very nice. All right, everything's feeling good, feeling great. All right, I want to end with just a really nice twisting. So our wise owl gazes around from the 8 brocades. So we bring our feet, find that nice center stance. I like to put my hands at the small of my back, fist over fist. I think it helps me keep a nice straight spine. And then we'll inhale as we twist from the bottom up. So I start with the legs, then the hips, then the waist, then the shoulders, then the head, all on an inhale, and then exhale, bring the head, shoulders, waist, hips, legs back to center. And I go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, coming back, keeping that spine nice and long. Again, let your breath lead this movement. Good. Keep going. Inhaling, twisting from the bottom up. Exhaling, returning back to center. Very good. Everyone's looking great. Very nice. Give me one more on each side. Nice and slow, but what feels comfortable. Good. Meet me back at center. Add a few circle breaths here. Good. Gathering chi, bringing in through the palms, the soles of the feet, the crown of the head. And let's take a few minutes and just get in touch with your breath again. See if those inhales and exhales feel any different. That's what I'm going to do. Keep going. Yeah, my breath does feel much more even now on the inhale and the exhale. One of the ways which Qigong helps me get in touch with my body. All right, and let's all do one more together. We're going to reach up and bring our hands to prayer position above the head. And bring it down to the forehead, touching our third eye with our thumbs, down to the heart. Both hands come down and grasp the Dantian. Big inhale. And sigh it out. Good. Very nourishing, very gentle today. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, hang out after, and I will answer them.